there's a few things going on right now. There's some bluefin tuna out towards San Clemente Island. There's Dorado locally here, like off the coast of Dana Point. And then there's also some tuna outside the Coronado Islands. We're gonna go with the Coronado Islands approach. Reason being, that Dorado thing up towards Dana Point, I feel like it's starting to dry up more or less. We fished up there the last couple days. We had good fishing, but the 2 days that we were up there, it just I didn't have a good feeling in my stomach about it, just because there was like today and yesterday there was like 2 or 3 kelps that put out fish. Luckily, you know, we had one of the 2 or 3 kelps, but I anticipate probably 15 or 20 boats are going to be up there tomorrow. And you know what I mean? We could, you know, roll the dice, hope that we're better than everyone else, but when it comes to kelp patty fishing, it really is luck of the draw. And then with that bluefin thing out at San Clemente Island, it's been good out there. That's 100% nighttime fishing. And to be honest, the weather looks less than favorable out there. I think by tomorrow afternoon they're calling for like 25 knots of wind, which doesn't sound fun to, I'm sure, anyone. So we're gonna stay here local. And you know, we had good fishing. I mean, on Friday we knocked the crap out of them down here. We had 16 guys and we had 100 fish before 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, they're really good grade. The bluefin are like 30 to 60 pounds, and the yellowfin are like 20 to 40 pounds. Beautiful grade of fish. You know, over the weekend, that fish was kind of off, which could have been, you know, just pressure related. But we're going to find out tomorrow. We're going to be there in like 2.5 hours, and we're going to be fishing tonight, all day tomorrow, and then a little bit tomorrow night before we go home. As far as being rigged up goes, tonight and tomorrow night, I would say nothing less than 80 pound. And for me, I'd be fishing with 100 pound, and I would say like a 200 to 250 gram jig. Whether you fish a knife jig or an SK jig or a flat fall or whatever, that's total personal preference. Personally, I like the West Coast jigs where the jig paras. Again, I've been fishing those a lot, got a lot of success with them. But you know, with that being said, those flat falls are pretty tried and true. Same thing with those SK jigs and the rip rollers and you know, they all work. We had fish on the rip roller last night. But I would say start with 200 to 250 grams. And then if we got a lot of current, the boat's drifting real fast, we can step it up. If the fish are real shallow, we can, you know, go a little lighter. But I feel like 250 grams is a good starting point, middle of the road. As far as that knife jig fishing goes, or whatever, the nighttime fishing, a couple things. One, it's really important that we all spread out and use the entire length of the boat. I see it every night. Guys tend to ball up on the back end. There's no reason for that. The more room you have between you and the guy next to you, the less chances you are going to have of getting tangled up. And then while fishing, a couple things. One, I want to see everyone come up to the surface every time you drop. By coming up to the surface every time, what that does is it keeps you straight up and down on your jig. By staying straight up and down on your jig, one, you know right where you're at in relation to the guys around you, right? Less tangles, more bites. And two, all the different jigs are designed to sink a certain way. The knife jigs are designed to go. The flat falls and those SK jigs have more of a flutter motion to them. But by eliminating that big belly in your line, you get the preferred action out of the sink, getting more bites on the sink. So it's important, like I said, make sure you do your best to stay straight up and down. And then lastly, remember that the first minute or so of the fight is all about keeping the fish on. After about a minute, then we can start the fight. But wherever you're at when you get bit, stay there. I see a lot of fish, you know, guys get lost to the transition, I call it. You're right here fishing, you get a bite and you instantly go for whatever you got going on right here, your fighting belt or whatever. And from here to here, those big heavy jigs will fall right out of the fish's mouth. So if you're right here when you get bit, stay here, focus on keeping a bend in the rod, focus on keeping the line nice and tight, get a fix for what's going on around you. And then after about a minute or so, you know, I mean, the fish should have settled down a little bit. You should be right in front of them. You should know what's going on around you, and then you know what I mean. You got a couple seconds to spare to get comfortable, and then start the fight. Once the sun comes up, I would say a 30-pound fly line will be the way to go for the most part. With the fly line, we definitely like fluorocarbon. I would say like a number 2 circle hook. I like the number 2 Bluetooths. Those ones are the ones that I fish with. And then with that fly line, we'll see how our bait goes. You know, we took a load of bait. We got back to the dock and it looked like shit, to be honest. I dumped it and we went back and got another load. So hopefully the second round of bait's better than the first. But do your best, you know what I mean, to work with the guys at the bait tank. They'll do their best to work with you, and hopefully we can keep some good, healthy ones out away from the boat. Because the quality of your bait does directly impact whether you get a bite or not. So, you know, a little bit of effort in that department will help. I'd probably be butt hooking or shoulder hooking whenever we're tuna fishing. And then our last rig, which we may or may not need, would be a sinker rig, like a 50 or 60 pound sinker rig type setup. With that sinker rig, I would say like a 1 ounce circle hook and 6 ounces of weight. Like the 250 gram jig, that 6 ounce sinker is a good middle of the road, good starting point, and then we can adjust from there if that's what we're doing. With the sinker rig, it's important that we nose hook our bait every time. Are you guys all familiar with drift style fishing? Wind in your face, you're in the right place. Wind in your back, nothing in your sack. I'll make it short for you. So, when we stop tomorrow, I'll take the engines out of gear, shut them down. It's important to remember that the boat's still moving. What moves the boat at that point instead of the mid-engines is the wind. What the wind does is it blows the boat on the broadside, one direction or the other. So when I say wind at your face, you're in the right place. What that means is, as you're standing at the rail fishing, the wind's in your face, blowing the boat this way. The boat and your bait are separated, right? The boat's having the wind at your back. The boat's blowing towards your bait and eventually over your bait. I'll do my best to let you guys know which side to fish. Lastly, this boat, like most boats in our fleet, it does drift stern first. So what that does is it slowly pushes everyone up towards the bow. So you hear myself and the boys throughout the day say, guys, slide right, slide left, take a couple steps, things of that nature. If you hear us saying slide right or slide left and it appears that your line's right in front of you, take a couple steps anyways. What happens is guys tend to get balled up on the back end of the boat. The guys on the back end of the boat can't work their way up the side till the guys halfway up lead the pack, creating room behind them. So it might not be you that we're worried about, but like I said, we could be counting on you to help the guys out on the back end. So if you hear us saying slide right or slide left, just take a couple steps. It's in everyone's best interest. Tangles, you know, tangles are just a part of it. Just plan on it now. You're gonna get in a tangle tomorrow. So everyone knows you will get in a tangle tomorrow. If you find yourself in a tangle, it's a two-step process to get it out. One, take a deep breath. Remember, everything's going to be okay. I know personally I make better decisions when I'm cool, calm, and collected. Is anyone else Italian? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Spanish? Anyone Spanish? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was going to say my wife's Spanish. She gets pretty pissed off.
I mean, native.
Native? Oh, yeah.
No Puerto Ricans, right?
No Puerto Ricans. How about New Yorkers? You got any New Yorkers?
We're doing New Yorker.
You see what I'm talking about? Anyways, like I said, take a deep breath. Try to remember that everything's going to be okay. And then the most important thing with the tangles is communicate with one another. More than you guys can imagine, a little bit of communication does go a long way. For instance, if I'm a shorter guy trying to get over the top of a taller guy, you got two options, right? Try and lift, or hey, I'm coming over the top. Taller guy's gonna make it a little easier for you, right? You hook a fish up at the bow that's coming to the stern. You can try and drop a shoulder and mow everyone down, or hey guys, I'm coming down. Okay, you get where I'm going, right? So, do our best to communicate and work together, and we should be able to minimize those tangles. Last thing I got for you guys, like I said, we're gonna be fishing here in a couple hours. So, you know, if you're gonna try and get a nap in, which I recommend, let's try and go to bed 100% rigged up tonight before you go to sleep. That way we can wake up ready to capitalize on any opportunity at any point. There's a lot that goes into what we do that we don't have control over, like the weather and the current and the bait and the fish. The only thing that we do have control over is our gear. So it's important that our gear is as good as it can possibly be. And with that being said, it's really unfortunate to lose fish to something that could have been prevented. So get together with the boys. I know that they've already started helping you guys get rigged up. If you've not yet seen them, if nothing else, at least have them check your drag. And then same thing goes for tomorrow. If you feel like you're struggling, if you feel like you're not fishing as well as you could be, pull one of us aside, ask us for help, because sometimes just small, minute tweaks in your gear do make the difference between getting the bite and not getting the bite. If we're fly lining and your hook is one size too big, you're going to have a tough time. If we're sinker rigging and your sinker's a little too heavy or a little too light, you're going to have a tough time. So if you feel like you got something like that going on, let us help you, get you back in the game, and hopefully keep fishing around.
Good.
Alrighty, that's pretty much all I got. You guys got anything for me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Go ahead.
How deep are we going with the flat falls?
I'll do my best to let you guys know where I'm seeing them. Typically, it's between like 150 and 300 feet.
Okay, I just got to cut a hook and get my flat fall.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
I got one of the big ones.
One of the big 400 grammers.
Yeah. Will that be okay? Cause
I would go a little lighter. I'd go like I would less than 300.
Señor, pues aquí, señores,
Okay,
está enfermo ya.
I think I got
La cosa está meneando
the small grill
demasiado.
and the smaller one.
Okay. And if you need one, get together with Luke. Or no, Luke's on, sorry. Get together with Cobra. We've got a box full of jigs upstairs. We keep a stock of them. So he can get you one. Alrighty guys, so once again, I'm Andrew. We've got Sandro, Evan, Shane, Cobra, and Brandon. If you guys need anything at all, please ask. We're here for you. And welcome aboard. Good luck.
Thanks, Captain.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Go ahead, go ahead. Over here. Frisbee. Frisbee. One more. Aquí hay dos más, señores, pueden ver ustedes. ¡Woohoo!
Yeah, I would do either like a sinker rig, like a 4-ounce maybe, or a flat.
Andrew's fishing right now here, Captain Andrew for Pacifica.
Yeah. Slide left, guys.
Pasando un rato a la gente porque otros dos pescados aquí, señores. Mi hijo Eduardo peleando pescado todavía, no perdí. Look at this action right now, guys. Here, everybody got fish here. I stopped fishing because this is incredible. It's wide open. Bluefin and yellow. Mi hijo Eduardo tiene otra. Está Eduardo con otra bluefin, señores. Mi hijo con otro bluefin aquí.
Coming under. Come right over the top of us. Finish that thing off, Coach.
Listo, está para gap.
Oh, got it. Thank you.
Another one, huh? Yeah. All right, good job.
What are you gone, Fanny?
No, it's okay. No.
You take a lot of film. Tell me that's your name. I will subscribe you.
All right, thank you. Look at the fish. Big guy. Edward, mi hijo, peleando la zona todavía, señores. Pueden ver aquí. You need help? Sí. Gonna go over. Gonna go under. Go over. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Let me know ever. Coming down. Just coming down. This is a bluefin. Coming down, going on there. Stay right there. Stay right there. I'll help you a little bit. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Oh, that's big.
Wow, hey man.
Coming down, guys. Coming down, guys. Coming down.
Yeah, you have a sea anchor on your. Pretty difficult to navigate around the
Down again.
but
Coming down again. Okay. Coming down, coming down, coming down, coming down. Up, 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 up. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you. Deep color. You ready, or let you know.
this is what you would call a bunker.
Yeah, exactly.
Hayward, come on. That's yours.
There you go. You're right in the corner there, right?
Right there. That's yours. Just do what I do then. Y mi hijo otra vez con la tuna, señores. Ayudándole. No, you're fine, you're fine.
Oh my god.
Fingers. My son get a second one.
I just don't want to screw them up, you know?
No, don't worry. You're fine, you're fine. Slow because you gotta see her up, okay? There you go. Woo! Amigo otra vez, señores.
Hold on. Look on the light.
Levántala, Edward. Levántala. Así es como la matan, señores, porque este animal, si la lastima uno con la cola, le quiebra uno hasta la mano. This guy's pretty stronger. Levántala de la cola. It's okay. How many did you get right now?
2.
How you feeling?
Good.
5 feet down. Like an 8 maybe. Oh, they're killing you. Work. Alright.
There you go. Try to keep him up here if you can.
Okay.
There you go. Pretty close. You gonna follow him around?
Looks like you're gonna be over.
Make sure you tighten up on your line there. You got a lot of slack in the water.
This guy's tangling everybody up every single time. Yeah.
Alright guys, watch all these lines here. You guys gotta follow your lines down the front of the shop. Sliding down. All angles. Everybody, step to the left, step towards the bow. Step to the left, that's what we've been doing all day, guys. Right here.
Okay.
Hey, where's come on?
Yeah.
Right in the corner there, right in the corner.
Right there. That's right.
That's all I got. My sinkers too.
Yeah, it'll keep winding.
I don't want to throw 'em up, you know.
There you go.
Shot at it.
Hold on. Look on the light.
There we go. Ahorita que le quitan.
La cola. Okay. How did you get right now?
Two.
How you feeling?
Good.
Alright, next.
Thank you. Number 6, sir. Thank you.
Number 6?
Yes, sir.
Lorenzo.
Lorenzo, Will, Lorenzo.
Hey, I get too tired. I don't know. You put yours up by yourself. I get too tired.
He dijo que está más seguido por eso.